College football Saturday, September 20th. And in this video, you're going to get 6 of my favorite player props on the day. And when you smash them all together, it's a 15x payout. And then after that, we're going to turn it over to the sports books. I'm going to tell you who's going to win, who's going to lose, the unders, the overs. We're going to go over the slate. I'll give you my favorite play on the day on the sports books. So make sure you're paying attention. Make sure you're locking in and get ready to make some money.
Sub to the channel, we drop picks on the daily, dropping knowledge every day, and you don't have to pay me, we just keep stacking wins while the rest moving lazy.
And before we get rocking and rolling and going over all of these free plays that I have cooked up for you guys, make sure you're smashing that like button for me, get this video out in the algorithm, get more eyes on, more people cashing, and it's a free way to support the channel. After that, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. I literally drop these free play videos every single day, constantly making money on the channel. So come subscribe. Don't miss a drop. Don't miss this free money. And the most important thing that you can do overall, winible.com/ape. All my free plays are posted there. I drop bonus free plays as well, do tons of promos, great community on the Discord. You'll get it all at winible.com/ape. Now, gang, we had a monstrous Thursday night football, cashing play after play. We recapped that yesterday in Friday's video. Friday, a lot of the premium plays are still pending. Oklahoma State, though, was on one of our plays. I believe that was the free play, and they are getting demolished right now by Tulane. It is an ugly game. Did not see that one coming, but everything else is looking great. It's about 75% green. We're just waiting for one or two guys in baseball to do their job, do what they get paid to do, and cash us out. Now, in this video, we have a ton of plays, and you can get all of my plays all weekend long, all month long with code BILLS, BILLS, and they will be 80% off. So go take advantage. You see what we just did on Thursday Night Football. Sunday is going to be massive. We're going to do this week after week. Join the team, 80% off with code BILLS. And before we get going on these player props, I'm giving you 6 of them. It's a 15x payout. So what you're going to do is go a little lighter on the 6-man and then have some fun with pairing them up and so on and so forth. But just make sure if they're on the same team to keep them together because they're correlated. And if one of them is going to cash, 99% of the time, they're both going to cash. So that's how these plays are going to be structured, just so you're fully aware. But we're taking Behr Morton here. Over 1.5 passing touchdowns. I absolutely love Texas Tech in this game. They are the underdogs on the road. I know Utah is a very, very good team this year. I just don't think their defense is as legit as the experts do, the experts. I think Texas Tech is going to roll in there, score a ton of points, and it's 57.5 is the under-over. I tend to agree with that over. It's going to be close. I definitely like it to be a 52, but I can see Texas Tech scoring 3 to 4 touchdowns easy in this game, and I have strong feelings that Behr Morton's going to get 2 of those in the air. I absolutely love this play. He's done this in 8 of his last 10 as well. So we're locking in Behr Morton here over 1.5 passing touchdowns. And then we're going to his big tight end, Terrence Carter Jr., over 37.5 receiving yards. I do also like him to get into the end zone, but the problem is a lot of apps won't allow you to do that. That's a little bit too correlated for their liking. So we're going to take him here for 37.5 receiving yards. He's gotten this done for us 8 of his last 10. He's on fire this year because a lot of those 8 of the last 10 were in the 2024 season. This year, he's done it every single game. I like him to keep it going. I know over here it states that Utah against receiving yard defense, they rank pretty high. It's an unfavorable matchup for Texas Tech, but I disagree a little bit. I do think Texas Tech, if they don't win, they at the very least cover this spread of 3.5, and I think they're going to score tons of touchdowns and keep it close, and they're going to have to do that through the air. So give me Terrence Carter here all day long, over 37.5 receiving yards. And now we're going to the middle of the day and to probably my favorite player to take week in and week out, Oregon State's quarterback, Malik Murphy. This dude never lets us down, and he's going up against Oregon. Oregon is going to probably kick the shit out of Oregon State. Now, I do think that they might cover that 34.5. That's a ton of points, especially for this interstate rivalry game. They always play Oregon pretty well. That being said, they're probably going to get fucking demolished. And that bodes very, very well for us because that means Malik Murphy's going to have to throw the ball. They're not going to turn to the ground at all. And he's done this in 9 of his last 10 games, cruising over this number all season long, as you can see here. He just did it against Texas Tech last week, in which they got demolished. He did it against Fresno, and he did it against Cal as well this season alone, well over this mark. This mark, the fact that it's not over 200 yards is extremely disrespectful. Malik Murphy is a stud, and we're taking him again on Saturday for the middle slate games here, over 187.5 passing yards. And we're pairing him up with his stud, Trent Walker, over 51.5. Just another guy that's been going over this line every single game for us and every single game this season. 9 of his last 10 as well, crushing these projections. And this goes super well with our play of Malik, because if Malik goes over, Trent is just about 99.9% guaranteed to smash as well. I love Trent Walker. He's cruised over this line for us every single week. We're taking him again. This is my favorite pairing on the whole entire slate. Oregon State against Oregon. Probably going to be playing from behind for 90, the whole damn game, let's be honest. And that bodes very, very well for our pairing here. And we absolutely love Trent Walker over 51.5 receiving yards. And now we turn our sights to the Miami-Florida matchup. I am super excited for this one. Miami has been playing out of their mind all season, and Florida has really been disappointing. And I think Miami is going to kick the dog shit out of Florida. I'm just there. I said it. Florida has a lot to play for, though. I mean, they have a lot on the line, a lot of ego that they're going to be playing for on Saturday, but I just don't think it's going to be enough. I think Carson Beck is going to get it done through the air. He is going to be dominating, and we love him for over 1.5 touchdowns on the day. Book it. He's done it every single game this year. Miami looks absolutely fantastic. They could potentially be the national champions. The SEC days are over. Miami is here to stay. They look fantastic. We're taking Carson Beck over 1.5 passing touchdowns. And we're pairing that up with his running back for longest reception over 8.5. He's done this just about every single game. When he didn't do it this season, he hit the 8 mark right there against Notre Dame. But he's gotten 12 and 20 respectfully in the last 2 games. Head-to-head data as well against Florida. He plays very, very well. He got 22 in their last matchup last year. Now, that was with a different quarterback, a quarterback by the name of Cameron Ward. But Carson Beck has been playing like he wants a Heisman this year. I didn't have him on the radar for my Heisman. I didn't know how he was going to react in Miami, but he couldn't be playing any better. And Mark Fletcher is a stud, and we love him to get it done through the air as well and get over this 8.5 longest reception. I think he could easily get into the 20s again in this matchup. So we're taking Mark Fletcher here. We're pairing up with Carson Beck. And I'm going to show you exactly where to lock this in for the highest payout when you group all 6 together. Now, here it is. Here's the play on the app that we're going to use, and it's called Betr. Just a quick recap. We're taking Morton over 1.5 passing touchdowns, Carter over 38.5 receiving yards, Murphy over 186.5 passing, Walker 51.5 receiving, Carson Beck 1.5 passing touchdowns, and then Fletcher over 8.5 longest catch. Now, you can get a free $10, a $200 deposit match, all when you sign up using code FFAPE in any of these purple states. If you're not in a purple state, well, one, that sucks because you could get your free $10, throw it on this play. I told you it's a 15x, $10 into 150. Super, super nice payout on this play for us. But if you're not in these purple states, how I would lock this in, I would lock all 6 in together, right? So all 6 of them, throw $10 in it. You'll probably get about $120 on a sports book, anything like that. DFS apps, you can lock this in on Prizepicks, whatever app you want to use. I'm just letting you know that Betr has probably one of the best promos in the game right now. If you don't have it, diversify. Make sure you're taking advantage of all the free money that these apps are going to give you. That way you can build your bankroll. I would highly recommend depositing that $200 to get your $200 deposit match, and you'll get that free $10 without even depositing. But if you do deposit a minimum of 10, hit me up at the number below, because I will send you a free week of VIP so you can cash out with us and it won't cost you anything at all. And like I was saying, if you live in these white states or any of these purple states where sports books are legal, what I would highly recommend to you is lock all 6 in together. And then I would just simply take 2-mans. Do 3 2-mans, just keep the teammates together. So you would take Morton and Carter together, Murphy and Walker together, and Beck and Fletcher together. That way you have some safety built into your plays, and then you can cash out, because when you keep them together, these are correlated. They go together. So like I've said already, 90% of the time when one hits, the other one will hit too. It's a great way to increase payout. It is literally how I've made so much money sports betting, and a lot of the apps don't even allow it. So Betr, it allows these correlations. It doesn't allow the touchdown correlation. So we can't take Morton to get 2 touchdown passes with Carter getting a touchdown. It wouldn't allow that. But these are still great correlated plays. We're going to lock these ones in. Absolutely love these for Saturday in college football. Now, we're going to move over to the sports book. I'm going to tell you who's going to win, who's going to lose, and I'm going to give you the biggest promo I have ever seen in the sports betting industry. And here's the play. I'm showing it to you on FanDuel, but I don't really use FanDuel that often. I do if the lines are better, if I have to, but it's called ScamDuel for a reason. I'm not a huge fan of the app. I just only use it when the lines are egregiously better on FanDuel. So we're taking Maryland here over Wisconsin, plus 10.5. I absolutely love what their quarterback doing. Malik Washington is an absolute stud. He looks like a seasoned vet. He gives me confidence in their offense. I think they can go into a tough environment. He's going to be just fine. I know the Badgers will have a defensive game plan to confuse the young passer, but Maryland's going to be able to do just enough offensively to stay within the spread. If you are a little bit nervous, you can play both of these separate. Just about. Miami, not so much, but you can play Maryland separate at that minus 122. Great payout as well. If you want to pair these together and you want a little bit more safety, maybe give them 14.5. But I absolutely love 10 and absolutely love 10.5. I wouldn't touch it. I love 10.5. That's why it's on the screen. We're taking Maryland 10.5 all day, just banking on how good of a quarterback Malik is. And I think he's going to get it done. I don't think the environment's going to be too much for the young fella. And then we're taking Miami. I already talked about it. I love what they're doing down in Miami. They remind me of the Miami when I was back in high school, back all those years ago, when they had so many killers on the field, quite literally, and winning some games. Might go to the championship this year. Might even be worth sprinkling a little future on it for you guys. But I love Miami here on Saturday against the Gators, who they just look like they're falling apart. And Miami should easily cash us out on this one. Pairing those together, nice plus 140 play. And if you can get this app, it's right here. It's legal in all of these states. Go get ONYX. Use code FFAPE. And when you put $10 on this app, they give you $100 for free. Literally the best promo I've ever seen in my life. So you deposit 10, you get $100 in free bets. That's absolutely amazing. Take advantage of it if you live in any of those states, especially if you only have a DFS app right now, so you can lock in all the plays, and all of this is the whole video is great data for you, not just the player prop side of things. You can get this app. It's legal in so many states. So lock in with code FFAPE on ONYX. All those links are down on my Stan.store. There's other apps in there as well. Take advantage, diversify. If there's one thing you learned from this video, get as many apps as you can. Let's cash out. Let's have a Saturday rolling into Sunday hot. Let's have a weekend, boys. So many plays I love for the NFL this Sunday. I'll see you tomorrow for another free play video. We'll be breaking down the whole slate. I'll give you my long shot play. I'll give you my favorite teams to win in a sportsbook play just like this. And then we'll go over some player props as well. So I'll see you tomorrow for that video. Thank you guys so much for your time. Until then.